Good morning everyone. Today we'll see the topics about type of control systems, open loop systems, closed loop systems, types of devices, feedback devices, encoders. All these things today we'll see. So first types of control system, open loop. So types of control system consist of two types, open loop system and closed loop system. So what is open loop system? We'll see first that one. Okay. So open loop system means in CNC open and closed loop system describes two primary types of control systems. Okay, it describes two types of primary control systems, that is open loop and closed system. In open loop system it refers to the system using a stepper motor when the communication between the control system and motors is one way. So it works on the basis of stepper motor when the communication between control system. Okay, that is called open loop system. Next, open loop systems are less expensive than the closed loop systems. So these are more expensive than the closed loop system. Open loop systems are less accurate compared to the closed loop system. So accuracy also very less in open loop system. Their maintenance is not completed. So we can't maintain whole thing in the open loop system. Here the actual output from the system is compared with the input signals. So here we compare the output and input signals from the system only. They are characterized by the pressure of feedback devices in the system. So depends upon the feedback devices the control systems works. The feedback from the monitoring devices is compared with the input signals, and then the slide position is regulated. So whatever the input signals it gives, according to that the closed loop system will work. So we'll see what is closed loop systems. There are two types of closed loop systems again. One which is when the system returns the feedback to the CNC controller. So one what it will do, it feedback the to the CNC system controller. It means it tells the CNC system how to control and generate. And another which returns to the feedback in the computer. Other will concentrate on the computer system. This closed loop system use a feedback subsystems principles primary to monitor the actual output and correct any discrepancies. Means what this closed loop system, it has two types of closed loop system. One will feedback the CNC control machine, and other will feedback the computer, the closed loop systems used in feedback systems. So these are the two different types of closed loop systems. Okay, so the feedback from the monitoring devices is compared with the input signals. So it compared with the input signals, controlled and compared with the input signal. In this system, the discrimination, if any discrimination comes out, it will solve the and generate very accuracy. In this system, the displacement can be achieved very high degree of accuracy. So displacement is very high, and devices is compared with the input signals, and the slide position is also regulated by the accuracy agreed to the servo systems. So these are about closed loop systems. Okay. So here we see the line diagram of open loop versus closed loop systems. Okay, difference, that is difference between closed loop systems and how it the line diagram explains. One of the difference between the open loop and closed system, here the diagram, see, in that one of the difference between the open loop and closed loop control system is that in an open loop system the desired output does not depends on the control system. So one of the open loop system does not depends on the control system, while in the closed loop system the desired output depends on the control system. So we have studied in closed loop system, there are two, one will control the CNC machine and other will control the computer. So that only here it is telling. So in closed loop system it controls the controls the control system, whereas in open loop it won't controls. So that's only here the diagram explains. Next, feedback devices. What are the feedback devices? We'll see that one. Okay. So what are feedback devices? Feedback devices is defined as a sensing devices which measure the actual position of the machine slides. Okay, so what is the, it feedbacks the machine position of the accuracy and maintenance. So feedback measures the position of the slides and closed to the control loop. So it feedbacks the slides and the control loops. The accuracy of the positioning of the slides is largely dependent. Okay, it depends very largely and resolution of the feedback devices. The accuracy of the position in CNC machine tool is achieved by measuring the position of the displacement of the slide comparing with the commanded position. So it depends on displacement and accuracy of the work done. If the slide accurated in the servo system, then the error which differ between the program position and command's position is brought to the zero. If any command is given wrong, then the accurate position will come to the rest position. Okay, come to the rest position, then there we will rectify the problem and again start the work. So that is called a feedback system. So here we see what are the different types of feedback system. Feedback loop pressure is, what is feedback devices actually? So feedback devices are required in closed loop that provides a signals. So it required a signals to the device. So we generate a signals to the device or a motor control to the monitor. So to control the monitor will generate the signals or device. Okay, and operation and variety the correct position. To run the correct position, we will generate the signal to the devices so that it operate accuracy and feed device used in motors control applications. So these are the first, what is feedback means, the signals that we generate to the device or the motor to control the monitor. Okay, that is called feedback. So next, types of different types of feedbacks we'll see. What are those? Encoders, edit source. Next, encoders are nowadays the most common feedback devices. Type in servo motors. Next, resolves in synchronous motors. Edit source, hall sensors source. That is called those are different types of encoders. Okay, so here see, there are sensors that have become more common in the respective. So nowadays all the machines are running with the sensors only. So here encoders, rotation and angular transition, linear and position transducer. So there are two types of what the encoders. So that we'll see in deep. Here the next, components of servo motors controlling. So how these servo motors control the CNC machine. So what is that? It from their motor to the CNC to the lead screw it generates. So it has the different parts of ball screws, rotary encoders. It has a round shaft that will rotate to revolve the screw and nut. Next, this is the work table, rotary encoders, this one, rack and pinion. So here the spindle will rotate and the slide will be move in linear motion. Okay, this is two types of encoder configuration. Next, what are the encoders? So actually, what is encoder? An encoder is a numerical device which output is converted to the digital data directly. So numerical device is converted into digital data. Okay, there are widely used in NC machines. So these are used in NC machine as position and motion sensors. So these are worked with motion and motion sensors. These can be classified in incremental encoders and absolute encoders. So they can be classified into two types, incremental encoders and absolute encoders. Okay, so this is the encoder. What is encoder? It is a numerical device which output is converted into digital device directly. Okay, that is called encoders. Next, so different types of encoders: optical rotary encoder, absolute encoders, and incremental encoders. These are the three different types of encoders we have. Okay, first we will see what is that optical rotor encoders. What is that optical rotor encoders? So it is a device. Okay, it is a device or the encoder. The optical encoders is transducer commonly used for measuring rotational motion. So this optical encoder is transduced commonly used for measuring rotary motion. It consists of a shaft connected to a circle disc. So one shaft is connected. See here, this one only. This shaft is connected to the disc. So this is rotor encoder. No, the shaft is connected to the disc and it consists of a shaft connected to the circular disc containing one or more tracks of at alternating transparent. So here see, it is linear motion. This is already connected to the one or more shafts, transparent and opaque areas. Okay, that is optical rotor. So what it will do? The optical encoder is a transducer commonly used for measuring rotational motion. It consists of a shaft. It has shafts and a circular disc containing one or more tracks of alternating transparent and opaque areas. So that is the work of optical rotation. A light source and on a optical sensors are mounted on opposite sides each track. So the what is sensors are attached to the track of the optical sensors mounted on the opposite side of the each track. That is called optical rotation. So first what this is called, when the shaft, what is that? Here the transducer are commonly used for measuring rotational motion and it consists of a shaft connected to the disc. So after that what it do, connecting to one or more tracks, and this optical a light source on the optical sensors are mounted on the opposite sides of the each track. That is the work of optical rotary encoders. So the pulse are connected to the convert to each other absolute or incremental position. So to run it we absolute or incremental, we can adjust the pulse in that only. The optical rotary encoders converting the rotary motion into a digital pulse. The optical encoders consist of disk which numbers of the accuracy enter. So the accuracy numbers also we can get it. Okay, So the encoder disc is attached to the shaft of the machine whose rotary position needs to be measured. So how we measure how many rotations it takes, according to that we will measure. The disc is placed between the light source and light measuring devices. That sensors it shows how it is working. Okay. Next absolute encoders. What are these absolute encoders? The operation of the absolute encoders is similar to that of incremental encoders. Okay, so absolute and incremental we have now studied, we'll see. So both are similar, absolute and incremental are same encoders, but it is differ in patterns of linear on the disk. So it differ on patterns of a disk. In case of absolute encoders, the disk is etched with the desired position so that the sensor can know the exact position of the shaft. So what it does, it enhances the position with the disk so that the sensors can operate and generate the signals. It uses the binary codes, decimals or Gracie codes. So it also use numerical numbers, that is binary codes and decimal numbers also. Okay. The shadow area on the first out of track represent an equivalent discriminant. So if the shadows, see here the shadow, this one, the shadow of this increment, there is some discriminant in the value of 1. So the which we have given, the shadow will indicate that is the discriminant of the value of 1 we generate. Next the second track, a value of 2, on the third a value of the fourth in inner track represent light. So see here this the white part indicates the light, that is the track which generates second and third position. Okay, the output signals generate from the systems of 4 sets of photo cells shall be traced the better resolution on the generating numbers. So this third and fourth will see that that is the better generation of the job. Okay, that is better generation of the surface finish. Whenever position changes, there is a possibility of more than one bit of changing. So whenever we change the position, there will be different in that surface finish. The gray code is described in such a way that only one track changes the state from each count traces. The reduced the position of error. So the gray, so it depends on the colors and it depends on the numbers also to change the different positions and finishing of the job work. Okay, next we'll see incremental encoders. What is incremental encoders? The incremental encoders consist of one track and two sensors. So it consists of only one track. There we have 3-4 tracks. Here we having only one track to come and two sensors whose output are called channel A and channel B. So there we used to call track 1, track 2, track. Here we are giving alphabets. Okay, as the shaft rotates, pulse trains occurs on these channels at a frequent position to the rotary speed. So these channels, see here, these round surface finish, those are the different channels which generate the signals. The phases different between these two signals yields the direct rotation position with arrangement. So with different arrangement the signals will generate with actually enthetic regular intervals. The diameter of the disc vary from 60 mm to 150 mm. So the disc will be at a measure of 60 mm to 150 mm diameter with a line of 10 to 205 2500. So with a distance of 2500, the disk rotates between the light source and the more photos diodes. Okay, the line makes and breaks the photoelectric beams and the pulse signals generated. So how the photoelectric beams hit the force and it generates the amplifier to give the square waves outputs. These are the called incremental encoders. Okay, so the photoelectric beam, what it do, the signals will touches the light make and breaks the photoelectric beam, and pulse signals generates the amplifier to give the square wave outputs. In that way the here the signals works. Okay, next what is that? So this is a encoders to the slides. So according to the encoders, it is the slide movement is going on. See, this is one picture. This is also encoders attachment. Okay, encoders signals will generate from here, the red signals will generate and this rotary will move on. So we have studied rotary. What is that? Encoders are of three types. First one, optical encoder, next absolute encoder, next incremental encoder. So in absolute we'll add, suppose in absolute means what, we'll add a plus b, whatever the results it comes from 0 to 1, how much distance, that we'll add it and keep it. Whereas in incremental, from starting position to last position we'll go on add it. Okay, now we'll see linear scale. What is the linear scale? So linear position measuring transducers also operate on the photoelectric principles. So it linear principle transduced operation on the photoelectric. Okay, so what is this? Directly, it is linear scale is directly measured the position of the moving element. So it measures what is do, it measures the moving element and consequently reduces or element errors caused by ball screws. So it whatever the position measuring, so how it measures is directly measure the position moving element. So whichever the element is moving, it measures and consequently simultaneously it reduces the elements error caused by the ball screw. By while moving the ball screws, whatever the error it comes, it defaultly it takes away. Next, thermal expression, hydrostatic pitch errors, linear encoders are characterized by these high rigidity. So actually what this do, it measures the elements which are reduced elements. So the elements which are generating, that it will measures, and simultaneously the errors in the ball screw also it terminates. This is the work of linear scale. The linear measurement system measures the displacement of the machine slides from the fixed datum. So datum is nothing but from 0 position. Next, a linear measure system consists of a precision linear scale engaged with the closed space. Transparent and optic parallel lines as one unit, and photo cells and light source are second unit. So one unit is photo cells and other unit is light source. So see, these are the line scale, these pictures. So the other unit is fixed to the moving work table. One of the unit is fixed to the stationary element of the machine tool, and the other, so it is one element is fixed to the stationary element of the machine tool, and other is fixed to the work table. A pulse is generated by photocell and is expressed to the light source. So and afterwards it generates the photosynthesis and is exposed to the light source through the encoder systems. Okay, from the known numbers of engaged line per unit length. So this is line scale. The line scale system may have either a glass scale in which cause light passes through the, so this line scale is of made of glass, it seems. Okay, types of linear, what is linear encoders we have studied. Glass scale with linear Fahrenheit system, scale with binary codes. So there are line scale encoders are of three different types. Different types of line scales are made of. First one is glass scale with linear generator. Next Fahrenheit system. Next scale with binary codes. So these are Fahrenheit system. These all are units measured in Fahrenheit. Next scale with binary coding. So two codes it is. Okay, this is the types of linear scales. Next, so what is then the technology includes optical measurement, inductive capacity and eddy current. To measure eddy current, optical technology includes shadow, self imagination and interferometer. So to measure all these, the types of line measurements are made of different types like glass scale, Fahrenheit scale and scale with binary codes. So these all are used in measuring optical magnetic, inductive capacity and eddy current. Optical tendency includes shadow, self imagining and interferometers. These are the different types of line encoders. Okay, so today what we have studied, different types of encoders. Next, types of control systems. Next, types of devices. Next, components of servo motor controls. So components of servo motors controls also we have studied. So what is components of servo motor control system? Okay, so this is the line diagram of components of servo motors. We have seen in servo motors. So what it tells, components of servo motors. This is encoders, components. So this one, okay, what it is telling, encoders of servo motors. A servo motor is a rotary actuator or linear actuator. So it is a rotary actuator or linear actuator that allows for precision control of angular or linear position. To actuate on linear position or velocity and acceleration, it consists of a suitable motors. So what it do, a servo motor rotates a actuator or linear or rotary, allows for the prescribed control to angular or linear position. So it will control the linear acceleration and rotary acceleration by the velocity and acceleration. It consists of a suitable motor. What motor? Coupled to the sensors for positioning feedback servo motors used in applications such as robots. So these are mostly servo motors are used in robots to control the motion of a material like linear motion or rotary motion. So it is controlled by a velocity acceleration of suitable motors. So this is the components of servo motors. So next what we have seen, types of feedback devices. Okay, types of linear encoders, types of devices, encoders. How many types? Of three types there are: optical, absolute and incremental. So these are today's class. We have studied all those things, so we'll continue in next class. Okay, thank you very much.